too on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load. Terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard the tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. There's a lot of good things about this story I'm about to tell you. First of all, it happened in an Indian restaurant. So right off the bat, the greatest place you could ever have food, in my mind, Indian restaurant, one of the best cuisines ever.
Top 3 for us.
Yeah. And there's a waiter at the Indian restaurant who really did something pretty amazing. He turned down a $2,021 tip the other day, and this whole thing is on video. He thanked the customers who were doing a Venmo challenge thing, but he said he's doing okay. He told them to hang on to the money, go to a different restaurant later, and give it to someone else. Here's audio of the moment where they try to give him that big tip.
Our Facebook followers in the community gave us $2,021 to give to you tonight.
No.
Yeah.
I cannot take it.
Yes, you can. That's for you.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
It's a donation from lots of people.
Wow. So I really appreciate your donation. Trust me, I mean, it's too much for me. Yes. But I highly recommend you try, some places and need this money more than half.
Wow.
And
I really do think you guys are the best restaurant.
Thank you.
You know, man, I
If I was the other waiter at the other table, I'd be like, hey, man, I'll take it.
Yeah.
It's not too much for me.
I have to tell you, dude, I have been exposed to people of different cultures who live in different places or are from different places where when they have enough, that's enough. Even though you'd be like, well, yeah, but dude, but you don't have the fanciest car, you don't have the nicest house. I mean, come on, $2,000 you could do something with. And some people just like that, dude, no, that's fine, give it to somebody else.
Yeah.
I have no idea what that's like.
No, someone wants to hand me $2,000 as a tip. I'd be like, yeah, let's go.
Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing that you could be at a place. Like, if you're super rich, I get it. But I have seen people who are not super rich but go, I have enough, I don't need it.
And it's cool that he's thinking, give it to someone else that is more in need of that. I'm not struggling right now.
Yeah.
If I was the boyfriend, I'd be like, hey, can you just for the video accept it? And then I'll just pocket the money myself. Like, can you help us out? Do us a solid?
Yeah, here you are. So you're faking the whole time with the girl going, oh, yeah, we're doing this altruistic thing. And you're like, yeah, I'm just waiting for someone to turn it down. I'll take the money.
I'll take it. You don't want this money. I'll put it to use.
Yeah.
Or can I pretend to be the waiter for a minute so we can get this video? Like, we're doing this for, clout. We're doing this to get some likes and follows.
We need a follow-up video to see, in fact, what they did with it.
Yeah, maybe they didn't do anything with it.
Yeah.
Maybe they just said, you know what, screw it. We're not planning on going out to eat anytime soon.
Yeah, they have to do a follow-up video. Otherwise,
They have to,
or I'm going to think they pocketed the money. Right? I mean,
would you be mad at them if they did?
Yes.
I wouldn't care. I didn't give them any money, so do whatever you want.
You would be mad at people going, we're raising money to give it to someone who needs it, and then they keep it? I mean, sometimes I look at you and I go, I don't know how that comes in, how those thoughts come in your head.
Because I got other things to worry about. Like, if you want to be a scammer, go scam. I don't care.
Oh, I hate scammers. They're probably, like, of all the beings in the world that do the wrong things, I don't know why it is. I think I feel, a little bit more empathy towards a murderer than a scammer.
Interesting.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe I was scammed a lot as a kid. I have no idea. But I really have a hard time having any love for scammers. I want to see the ultimate penalty given to them.
So is it later we're going to find out that guy won the Powerball? Yeah, I mean, good luck is on his side. Is he going to turn down the Powerball? What if they say, hey, you just won $500 million?
He might be the type of guy that would not turn it down, but then just give it to any charitable situation. I feel like that's what he would do if he won the Powerball. You can't turn down the Powerball if you have the power to help out people with it.
Well, and also he played the lottery, so he clearly wanted to win.
I don't feel like he's the kind of guy that would play the lottery.
What kind of guy do you think he is?
Well, I mean, he's turning down $2,000 tip. That's at least how many Powerballs is that, right? You know what I mean? That's the one thing I would think of is like, all right, I could parlay this into some cash.
Okay, Vicky, you worked in the restaurant industry, and if memory serves me correct, when I was a busboy for a half a minute, when I first moved out here.
Here we go.
You shared the tips.
Oh, there is that.
If you're the other waiter and you overhear this, would you kind of get mad at, like, Charlie Charity over here? It's like, oh, I'm cool. I don't want your money. And I'm like, yo, I could use some of that money, and we're going to split it.
That's an interesting point, Steve. Vicky, and I don't know, are different restaurants, like, I feel like sometimes some of those really legit, like they just came over to this country, they kind of operate differently than restaurants here when it comes to spreading out money and all that. So I wonder if they don't have the same system.
So I have a theory that, like, a lot of those restaurants, and it's not like, I've seen it with Mexican restaurants and other, with my family and stuff. A lot of it's like family based, like it's all a whole family working there. So I think they kind of just made the decision as a family. But at least with like the restaurants I've worked at, you've had to tip out if we had a busser, we would tip out the busser, the hostess, and the bar we tipped out based according to how much alcohol our sales were. So we tipped out a percentage of that. But we didn't tip out the kitchen at that particular restaurant. But I know that if I were to get the $2,000 tip, I have a weird thing. Like, I like giving people stuff and like doing stuff for people. So if I got the tip and nobody else did, I'd feel really, really guilty and I'd want to give them money.
Yeah, I would share it with my coworkers.
I'd be like, yeah, here's, or I'd like, hey, I'm buying a huge round of drinks.
This guy's selfish. He's selfish for not taking that tip. He's a terrible employee. I'd fire him.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I think it's
kidding.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, exactly. You don't turn out too great. I think it is the family business because I know, at least because I love Indian food, so I've been to a lot of Indian restaurants, and a lot of Indian restaurants do operate with that family attitude.
You should try it next time you go eat Indian. Tip the guy $2,000 and see how it goes.
Well, I got to do a Venmo. That's how they did it. It wasn't their money. They got a lot of suckers. I mean, people to help them by making these donations.
I'll Venmo you 69 cents.
Yeah. I'll do that too. One of the Rockaholics, Jose, gave me 69 cents on Venmo. So
send it my way, and I'll
pay it forward.
I'll tip him as much as I get. Here's 69 cents, sir. It's all we got because our people not only are lewd and lascivious, but they're cheap bastards as well.
Yeah, what if you did the whole tipping shit, the Venmo challenge thing? You're like, hey, we did the Venmo challenge and we raised some money, so we want to give it to you. And the waiter or the waitress is like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It's just like $3. This is all we got.
That's all we got.
It's like your bill was $100.
Right.
What the hell?
Well, this is what we got. You win some, you lose some.
And he'd be like, one thing I have learned today, sir, you are not a social influencer.
Yeah, you suck at the Venmo challenge.
You sure do, sir. Nobody follows or cares about whatever you do.
If we ran a family-owned restaurant and I was the server denying a $2,000 tip, BJ would walk over as the manager, put his hand on my shoulder, and be like, this is Joe. Joe doesn't normally serve tables. He's going to go back to the kitchen now. Hi, I'm BJ.
Yeah, he's going to go clean out the trash.
Yeah, this is Joe. Joe is stupid, and he no longer works here. I'll take the $2,000.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, I feel like, if anything, give it to charity. His idea was, but I feel like he was just too bothered. Like, you know what? I want you to give it to somebody nice. I just don't want to be involved in this.
Well, also maybe on the flip
side, I could have
side,
taken it and given it to somebody nice.
Like, maybe they didn't want to be videoed. Like, it's like
There's
such a weird thing. I get you're doing the silly challenge, and you're obviously doing it for attention. And it's cool that you're giving the guy money, but at the end of the day, you're filming it. You're wanting some kind of attention out of the whole thing. And it's a win-win. You get your attention, they get the $2,000. I'm not complaining about these Venmo challenges, but you kind of want to make sure you run it by the waiter or the waitress. Like, hey, I'm about to do this thing. And maybe you just felt awkward.
Yeah, Steve, I've said this before. I have said this before, that people that do a lot of giving, there's something that happens in the body, that chemicals or whatever, that you get good feelings. So it's not like you are selfless. You are getting something out of the deal sometimes when you give. And I think you're absolutely right. There is definitely a quid pro quo here. You get the attention. Look at me. Look how wonderful we were. Look what we did. We're all so special. We Venmo'd this guy too. It's like, you could have just done that without anybody knowing. Nobody even had to know that you did it. You could have just left the guy a $2,000 tip and left. He had nothing to do. He has to take it because you've already put it on there.
Oh, that's a good point. They could have put it in the little sleevey thing.
Yeah, and what's he going to do? He can't say anything. He doesn't know who you are. But no, you wanted the attention, so he was like, sorry, not this guy.
Not today.
Yeah, and then it really, to me, taints the gift. You know what I mean? A gift is meant to just be, here you go, I get nothing out of it, this is just for you, I don't need anything. But these challenges, I think there's some strings attached when you could put the video on a face.
That being said, though, if I'm the waiter and they did all this, I'd be like, what's the good angle? What do you want me? How do you want me to react to this? Let's do a second take. You want me to be more, I'll start crying, get me some onions. Like, what do you need from me? I'll give you what you want. I want that $2,000. I want your video to go over well.
Let's be honest.
I'm a giver.
You would let Vicky video you now if she gave you a bagel. It's the same thing. You could be like, I got a bagel. What do I need to do?
Cream cheese and lox on it? You bet your ass.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll cry for you.
Oh, you'll do a lot more, I think.
Wow.
There may be some other things happening.
Damn.
With the cream cheese and lox. Especially if it's in everything. You like the everything bagels?
No. Don't put words in my mouth, BJ.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that you were one of those communists that just like to go the old way.
So much onion in it. No.
All right.
It's disgusting, actually.
Wow.
I like a salt bagel, please.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you already mentioned that. It's bagel day.
Yeah, my bad. I didn't realize you wanted the salt.
You got to remember that, man.
Yeah, I try to
like everything bagels doesn't mean everyone likes everything bagels.
Yeah,
Truth.
I'm trying to,
Does anyone else like everything bagels on this show?
I've never had one.
Not really, no.
You've never had an everything bagel. Why have you haven't lived?
Okay.
Don't listen to Steve. I mean, he may be right, but still, you got to try it. Just
I mean, I like the sesame bagels.
Okay.
That's as close as I've gotten, man.
Think of the sesame bagel, but everything else with it.
Okay.
Yeah,
What does everything really actually mean when it comes down to it?
Well,
that's a
listen,
good question.
There's nuts and bolts, anchovies. There's a couple of sky hooks in there. I mean, what do you want? Whatever you want. It's in everything.
Yeah, what is in everything? All I know is that there's definitely onion because I smell it the minute you open up the bag.
I imagine all of the bagels they have, everything they put in the separate bagels, they put in the one bagel.
I'm looking at it. It looks like depends on the vendor with the everything, but generally it's going to be poppy seeds, sesame seeds, onion flakes, which Steve hates, garlic flakes, pretzel, salt, and pepper, and then, depending on whoever's making it.
It's one or the other. You're either going to go with the onion flakes or the garlic flakes. Don't throw both in there.
Oh,
That's
really?
too much.
What about the people that make the sauce? They throw both in. You don't have sauce with garlic and onion in it?
Yeah, I'm talking about my bagels.
Oh, you know what? I'm not too sure you're in a real Italian. I'm going to talk to your parents.
Whoa.
I think, you know what? You are Marv Albert's kid, and your mother's not even your mother.
Well, when you say it like that, I'm sure they'll answer the phone.
Well, I'll set it up first. I'll tell them I have an everything bagel for them.
Slow rolling on that
So
one.
it says egg bagels. They're the best.
Ooh.
Egg bagels? Like made with eggs or just added with an egg?
I think it's made with eggs.
Yeah, because I feel that don't bagels, the flour, don't they have eggs in them anyway when they make the flour and stuff? When you do it?
But there is a certain, it's almost like a yellowish color, I think, to the egg
agree.
bagel.
Yeah, the super egg.
They're really good.
Yeah,
I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for this, but my favorite bagel is a cinnamon raisin bagel.
I
can see
those,
that.
Man, I don't like them at all.
Really? Why not?
I don't know, but I've had them before. Maybe it's because I've had like some cheapo store brand of it. I've never gone to a nice bakery to get it.
Okay.
But it just, something about the texture is just, I don't like it.
The best version.
You should see Steve. It's like, don't leave me alone. Don't touch me.
I know.
It's
Like
physically
his arms are
uncomfortable.
folded.
Yeah,
He's been accosted.
Show me where it hurts. I'll show you.
Right here at the cinnamon bagel.
The best version, though, they sell like the bagel chips, but they sell the cinnamon raisin bagel chips, and those are probably the best.
Okay, first of all,
sounds
Vicky,
good.
don't be telling me what the best is when it comes to my bagel chips. They're good. Okay, but there are some.
They're not the everything bagel chips.
Yeah, you never had one, so how would you know?
Sometimes just a plain bagel, too, is the way to go.
Yeah.
Okay, listen, I don't need to hear this communist ways, going back to old school, you Luddite. Oh, let's go back to Little House on the Prairie and have a plain bagel. Okay, Laura Ingalls, have your plain bagel.
What is the pumpernickel? Is that one of them?
that's not a thing.
Now where
That's
you going?
gross.
I don't feel those either.
Yeah.
Or eat them.
Okay.
You don't feel them or eat them.
They feel pretty good. I like to massage a pumpernickel, but I just don't eat them. Yeah.
Someone said try the cinnamon raisin bagel toasted with peanut butter on it. It's delicious.
Ooh, I've never done peanut butter. Usually just the regular butter with them.
You guys have never done peanut butter on your bagels?
No. I've done peanut butter on a bagel, and it's great.
Yeah, well, that's where the cinnamon raisin really shines.
Oh, that sounds great.
Yeah, it's good. I mean, don't listen to Steve. Steve, you know what his story is.
No, what is his story?
Tell me what my story is.
His story is Little House on the Prairie, Rev. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's like technically the third reference to Little House on the Prairie this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's our new thing. You know, no one else is doing it. No one else is doing it on the radio. That's our thing. Hey, if people are doing sea shanties, why can't we bring back the Ingalls, right?
I agree. And now I also bring more awareness to scarlet fever. We don't want that in this world.
Scarlet fever.
Poor girl went blind from it.
Okay. Oh, I see what you mean. Yes, now you're going right
Her
back
sister.
to I forgot all about that.
We're still talking Little House on the Prairie.
I really don't know the damn any of the storylines. I just know the...
Then the other girl was all tired and set a barn on fire. I mean, these are things you need to worry about.
Okay. You know a little too much about this show.
Yeah. Boy, yeah, I lived it, man.
You lived it.
I watched that show.
You lived it. You were right there with the Ingalls when it all happened. Based on the true story. The star of one of the most popular movies of our generation, and it's not anything to do with the Prairie, just shared that he thought the premise of the movie was lame when he was first asked to do it. You're going to hear from him at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
New on Curiosity Stream. With superior armies comes superior weapons. How has innovation mechanized the battlefield? From bullets to battleships and everything in between. It's machinery of warfare. Plus, from the gross to the gourmet. See how that in-flight meal lands on your tray table. On secrets of your airline food. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.
When we think about something that brings out the best in us, it usually involves helping someone else. By donating plasma at a Grifols Center, you can help save millions of lives and show your good side to the world. You'll join thousands of people who donate safely each week, so patients get the plasma-derived medicines they rely on. And you'll be rewarded up to $1,000 your first month. Learn more at grifolsplasma.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Liam Neeson.
Yes.
He just did an interview where he talked about the success of the movie Taken, and he shared that he was as surprised as anyone that the movie that was made in 2008 was successful. He was like, you know what, man, I can't believe the movie made nearly 10 times what it cost to make.
Wow.
What a success that movie was, and here he is chatting about it.
I remember thinking, this is probably a B movie. It's going to go straight to video. I just thought, it's just such a simple little story. A guy, his daughter goes to Europe, she gets kidnapped, he's going to go over and find her. I thought, come on, that's kind of lame. But it just seemed to touch the heart of a lot of people. It worked.
I love that he's like, yeah, the movie sounds lame. It's going to go straight to DVD.
It's so funny because that's the kind of, I mean, I don't know if he was as kind as Liam was, because that's what Alec Guinness said about the Star Wars movie. He played the original Obi-Wan Kenobi, and he's like, what the hell is this? Nobody's going to want this crap. All right, fine. I'm getting paid.
And I get it. Like, on paper, the premise of Taken is very just basic and whatever. But what makes it great is Liam Neeson. Like, his performance in that movie is so damn good.
He had a certain set of skills.
He did. He kicked some serious ass for his daughter.
And he's basically been able to live off that trope for the long. I mean, every movie he's saving something.
Do you think that's why he agrees to all these movies? He's like, yeah, this movie sounds lame, but the last time I thought that the movie made like 10 times the amount of what it cost.
You hear stories about actors that have turned down parts and then they've seen how the movie's gone on success. I think, yeah, once you realize it yourself, but you actually got the payday, You're like, I'm going to take everything. I'm doing it.
I'm clearly a bad judge of what's good and what's bad. I should just say yes to everything.
I can appreciate that. Yeah. You think you know what's right. Next thing you know, you got a certain set of skills.
I might put Taken in my top 10 action films.
Wow.
I don't know if I go that far.
Oh, yeah? You wouldn't put it in there?
I mean, it's an entertaining movie.
It's an iconic film. We still quote it to this day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good movie. But if you're talking about top 10 action movies, I think because of special effectsies and all the explosions, the Expendables kind of stuff really kind of would dwarf it. But it's a good movie. I mean, it's entertaining.
Oh, good. Replace good with great.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to argue over that either. I mean, why am I going to argue over a movie that I like? Yeah. I mean, I'm not.
BJ not arguing?
But I mean, would you put it in your top 10, Rev?
No.
Yeah, for action movies. Yeah, I don't think that's the problem. When you say action movie, top 10 Liam Neeson action movies, yes.
Oh, it's top one.
Yeah, well, there you go.
59% on Rotten Tomatoes, but according to Google users, 92% of people liked it.
Boy, that's another example of, that's just like Wonder Woman. I mean, I don't understand it, except that, Taken was good. Okay.
I mean, I'd rather watch Taken than Wonder Woman. I'm not going to argue with you. Oh, wow.
All right. We got Steve on our side on that one.
Oh, for sure.
When you think of the ratings, though, there's similar ratings as far as the critics and similar ratings as far as the users. And yet, one is, to me, by far a better movie, and that's the movie the guy thought was lame.
It was just such a great, just what he was willing to do to get his daughter back, man. Yeah. He did not mess around. Yeah, it cost $25 million to make, and they pulled in box office-wise $226 million.
Wow, that is a score. No wonder they're willing to give Liam whatever, they'll just put him in any movie, because you get that kind of profit. Mm-hmm. Seriously, how insane? Because all you got to do is hire Liam, and everybody else you can get probably at scale. You don't even care about the rest of the actors.
Well, yeah, I'm looking at all the other actors are just are the actors that you would probably see in a B straight to DVD movie. Like, if you replace Liam Neeson, you can easily replace him with John Cena, and that would be, one of those movies you're like, okay, it was all right. But Liam's what made that movie great.
I can't disagree with you on that. I also have something that will heal the people. I want to thank my son Joe for turning me on to this, because when I hate a movie, boy, it's so sad. There's no repercussions, and sometimes I feel alone, and all it is negativity on the internet. And there's one dude made videos. He works for Screen Rant, and they're pitch meetings videos. And he plays the part of the guy making the pitch of whatever it is, a TV show or a movie. He also plays the part of the executive that he's pitching to. And so it's the same dude playing both parts. And it's like, here's the pitch meeting for whatever bad movie, whatever bad TV show, whatever it is. And it is, to me, so funny. And he does a Wonder Woman pitch meeting, and if you hated Wonder Woman, then you know what, this is a comedic way for you to be basically vindicated and verified as this was stupid. And he's done 100 of them. He just had his 100th anniversary video, and I didn't know anything about it. And Joey D sends it my way, and this guy's been doing it for years.
And even if you enjoy the movie, you still can have a lot of fun with it. It was super funny because I'm like, well, the guy's not wrong when he's pointing out every issue that's wrong with the movie. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right.
I'm afraid to watch. See, I'm afraid to watch it.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm afraid to watch it on the movies. Like, he does one on The Matrix, and I'm afraid to watch it because I like The Matrix. I don't want to see the pitch. I don't want to see him beat the heck out of it.
Yeah, but it's fun to see all those plot holes and all the problems with it. And you're like, okay, I understand that, but I still like it.
Yeah, you can still laugh it off. I mean, I don't think it's going to change my opinion on any movie if a guy makes fun of the movie that I like.
You're a better man than me, gentlemen, because it's easy for me to laugh at a movie I hate. I don't want him to go after my sacred cows. I just don't know.
It looks like he has a lot of fun with Cobra Kai. I'm going to have to look forward to. I'm going to have to check this out over the weekend.
Yeah, it's very fun. And it's the same thing. It really is. I mean, he uses the same catchphrases and everything as the pitch guy is trying to convince the executive. I mean, it's very well done. And boy, does he rip apart Wonder Woman 84. And for every reason that I've complained about, but he's much more entertaining doing it. So there you go. It's called. I think it's called Pitch Meetings.
And then the YouTube page is Screen Rant.
Yeah, check it out. It's pretty damn good.
7 million subscribers. He's probably doing okay with it. So.
Yeah, I don't know if he's the sole guy behind Screen Rant and Pitch Meetings is part of it, or if he's the whole thing. But good for him.
He is the whole thing.
I mean, again, there's a guy making a living doing this, and it's like on YouTube. Mm-hmm. There are people making livings you never even heard of. I never heard of this guy until I hated Wonder Woman, and that's how it went. So the other day we were talking about that dude from San Francisco who can't remember the password to his hard drive with $220 million worth of Bitcoin.
What do you do at that point? Do you keep trying? You have 2 more tries. Or do you just say, you know what, I'm not going to try anymore unless something massive happens. Like some kind of epiphany. I come across it. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't just try for the sake of trying. I would want to like almost try and be as close to 100% on those attempts because you only have 2 left.
Yeah, he's already basically told people, though. He did an interview. He's like, yeah, I know I'm not getting the money. I get it.
Oh, so he's at peace with it now.
He's very much at peace with it. And here he is talking about the advice people have been giving him regarding the forgotten password.
A lot of people are offering various solutions. Everything from the silly to like, for example, one person suggested, have you tried the word password? So that was one. Some people have recommended various mediums, psychics, prophets that I could talk to.
What's amazing to me is we see all these shows, all of these, action movies and whatever. They're able to hack passwords. And we've got, all these allegations about different countries hacking into these systems, that systems. For $220 million, we can't get one of these hackers who allegedly exist and get in and break everything and ruin voting systems. We can't get one of those guys to come in and help this guy.
I feel what I learned from the documentary Archer is that everyone just uses either password or guest as their password. So I feel like a lot of these hackers aren't that impressive. It's just we have a lot of idiots that don't use good passwords.
And some of them work for the government.
Dude, they should do a reality show, however many episodes it needs to do this, but like get the best password hackers or maybe psychics or whatever it may be, a team of people helping him figure out what his password is and see if he could do it. And then like the payoff of the show will be you have 2 attempts. So, you try once and then does it work after all that work? No, that didn't work. All right, let's try a different way. But the whole fun of the show, I think, would be like the strategy and the effort put into trying to figure out what the password is.
So
I would watch this show.
Would you narrow it down to 2 guesses? Because again, you only get 2 guesses. How long would the show last?
That's what I mean. It's a short. It's like you maybe get like 6 episodes out of this.
Wow, you're going to get 6 episodes out of. So we'll have to pair
20-minute episodes.
Yeah. So who do we vote on? What we think the best chance of the password is? Do they have like a panel of guys like I
think they create a team and then it's up to him to be like, you know what? I think you guys might be right. That's going to be it.
Oh, he's the final say.
Yeah, it's his money.
All right. So everyone just submits, here's what we think it is, here's what we think it is, and then boom.
The suspense of him typing in the password, you could build like several breaks out of just that. Like just him typing it in, and then, okay, we'll be back from commercial. And then he's about to hit enter. Oh, my gosh. I would be so on the edge of my couch.
There's nothing wrong with what you're saying. As a matter of fact, I think you're absolutely right. It's at least an Al Capone's Vault 1-episode show.
Oh, I think you get 2 episodes.
All right,
one per
enough.
Password.
Whatever you want to do. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. 1 per password. Okay, we'll get 2 episodes because we got nothing in Al's vault. There's a big chance we get nothing here. But yeah, I mean, maybe we do a little bit of a reality series. All right, we can go 6 episodes where people get with him. Do you think this is it? Do you think this is it? And he gets presented with everybody, and then he picks the final 2. And then in episode 5, we see if one of the final 2 makes it happen. Of course, we know it won't. Or maybe they do it live, so we can't just imagine that way episode 6 doesn't happen, because otherwise you're going to know episode 5 isn't real.
Yeah, I mean, there's that letdown, but you suspend reality. It's just still the suspense of it all. And then maybe they have like it's a 6-episode thing, so it's like they figure it out after episode 3. It's like, okay, now the next 3 episodes is him spending the money.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that.
Party.
Yeah.
But you get like backstory on all the hacker type people or whoever it is that's, you have some fun with this.
I find it so hard to believe there's no way for anyone to figure this out. Like, it's that amazing of an encrypted system that nobody could break it for him.
So it says, the show's only 2 episodes max. Fine, we'll just keep it at 2 episodes. I'm not going to be all worked up about that.
All right, good. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know what? It's nice that you change your ideas.
Special event.
Yeah.
And they just, do the broadcast live. That'd be fun.
Well, I was just reading a story about some guy back in 2013. He's from England, and he threw away an old hard drive that had the password to 7,500 Bitcoins that he bought back in 2009.
Damn.
I don't know all the math, but apparently 7,500 Bitcoins equals to $250 million nowadays.
It's the same deal.
Yeah, and he can't figure out the password to get into his. But so what he's doing is he's offering 25% of his money if somebody can help him, because he threw it away, so he needs to go find it in like a landfill. And nobody's willing to do all this work for him because it's like, hey, can you just dig it up because it's worth all this money? And they think it's just like, dude, it's a losing attempt. But he's like, I'll give 25% to anyone that's able to find it, and I'll put it towards like COVID research or whatever you want me to put it towards, trying to tug on people's heartstrings.
Oh, maybe I would just keep the money. If I'm going to go searching, I'm going to keep it.
Yeah, I'll just borrow somebody's like metal detector.
Well, the problem is the government is the one that's not letting him. And he's like, come on, let me go into the landfill and search. They're like, no, you can't. They're like, but I'll donate the 25% to whatever you want, the COVID research.
Oh, that's the situation.
So that's the problem.
Okay.
Because otherwise, I'd just be sneaking in there every
That's
night.
because the English government's already found it and taken it.
All right, so that's episode 3 and 4 of this. We call it Bitcoin passwords.
Okay, so what are we doing on episode 3 and 4 again?
Now we're figuring out this guy. He's got to convince some people.
So we bring another guy into it. Okay,
yeah, first 2 episodes are the other guy, and the next 2 episodes are this guy.
So we have to convince the English government to let him, go in there and search.
And he has to create a team of persuaders.
Ooh. The persuaders.
It could be guys that could sales negotiators. It could be hot chicks. Whatever it is.
Whatever it takes. Whatever will get England to comply.
Whatever it'll take for them to go into the landfill.
All right, fair enough. I like this plan. We got a whole show now.
2 shows.
All right. Well, you should call our agent. I mean, every once in a while, you never know. He might actually think you got a good idea. He does put together shows.
Yeah.
All right. You don't mind looking like a fool on the radio, but you just don't want to look like a fool to him? Is that what you're saying? Or you just don't want to do the work?
Well, I got things to do today.
There we go, everybody.
I got a busy weekend.
Yeah, it's bagel day.
A 1-year-old. I don't have time to talk on the phone.
Okay, well, there we go. I think we've said it all, ladies and gentlemen.
I'll text them.
Okay. Oh, all right, text them. There you go.
Let's just grab this audio, and I'll just send them the clip and be like, here.
That's perfect. A better idea. Okay. Are you going to grab the audio? Probably have somebody else do it, right?
Someone says this sounds just as exciting as Geraldo Rivera breaking into Al Capone's vault.
Yeah, right.
But that was epic. Remember when when I was a kid?
It was epic.
And it was all about, we're going into this vault. Who knows what we're going to find? And I watched that damn show live. Yeah. And then he goes into the vault, and there's, spoiler alert, absolutely nothing in there.
See, this one, there is a payoff because there was nobody there expecting something except, Geraldo. And he's like, hey, I got you to watch. What do I care? But there's a guy who basically will definitely know that he'll never get the money or he'll get the money. Either way, his reaction would be priceless as opposed to an empty vault. So, you know what? I don't know why I'm supporting your idea, but I think your idea is better than the vault.
Nice.
Yeah. Yesterday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
Who voiced the title character in the 2010 animated film Megamind?
Tim Allen.
No.
Bobcat Goldthwait.
No.
Emo Phillips.
No.
Emo. I do love the Emo Phillips reference. You and I are probably the only one that knows who he is. But Vicky was impressed that I knew that it was Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
Vicky was like, wow, old man, I didn't know you even knew how to turn the TV on, but I did. Yeah. You want a shot at beating Steve? All right. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Migs at 847 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. Here's another question from a listener. I'm getting my wages garnished. Can bankruptcy help with that?
Absolutely. One of the big reasons people file bankruptcy is because they have a judgment or a lawsuit against them, or their wages are getting garnished, and so they can't pay their other regular ongoing bills. People sometimes think that you can't file bankruptcy once they have a judgment against them or once a garnishment has started, and that's not true. Filing bankruptcy will immediately stop any garnishment that you have going, except for child support, and stop your creditors from continuing on with garnishments of your bank account, your wages, and in most cases will discharge that liability through the bankruptcy process. And we can file a bankruptcy case for you usually the day you come in.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
New on Curiosity Stream. Deformed trees, mutated wildlife, and no humans for miles. 10 years after the disaster at Fukushima, see what this irradiated ecosystem can teach us about nuclear fallout on Radioactive Forest. Plus, looking for the most diverse marine life on the planet? Dive into the Coral Triangle and experience a frenzy of wildlife you've got to see to believe on nature's greatest secret. It's all on Curiosity Stream. Annual plans are $20, just $1.67 a month. Visit curiositystream.com.
Spend less time in the laundry room and more time doing the things you love. Introducing the Samsung Smart Top Load Laundry Pair, now available at Lowe's. The washer's large capacity means you can fit more in every load. Plus, its super speed setting washes a full load in only 28 minutes. Shop the smart washer that will streamline laundry day, backed by Lowe's Price Promise. Based on using super speed on a normal cycle with an 8-pound load, terms apply. See Lowe's.com/price promise for details. U.S. only.